everyone. Sorry about that. I was trying to sort of my mic. Just 1 second. All right. So, yeah, I was trying to sort out my mic boom. Trying to get it in a better position. Just makes it easier for me to use the keyboard and that. So apologies for being a few minutes late. Thanks for those who have joined. This time we are going to carry on with some more picoCTF and hopefully have more fun with them. And sorry, I'm still trying to get set up. Cool, we should all be set now. Hopefully everyone's having a good time. And with these challenges, if you've been following, or if you've been watching any of the recordings, I've certainly been enjoying doing them. They're generally great fun. Some of them, not so much, mainly because I have no idea about the things, such as homomorphic encryption and web assembly. So those are things that I need to brush up and catch up on. But there are some pretty fun challenges here and things to get busy with. So with this one, let's carry on with some more trying to debate whether I do some general skills ones, ease into it, or just start off with some web exploitation and then use the general skills to kind of end off. Tell you what, let's just go into the general skills and do some more of these, because these are pretty fun and easy. Just get it going, and then slide into it, and then we can do some web ones. So what's this first one going to be? All right, so this is a netcat. A flag printing service has started glitching. So let's get terminal up. So again, just covering netcat for those who aren't familiar. Netcat is a kind of utility, or it's not kind of, it is a utility on Unix systems. It's kind of referred to as the Swiss Army knife of networking tools. It can do all sorts of things. Primarily what you'd use it for is trying to connect to a service. So you can use it for things like banner grabbing. You can also use it for reverse shells or bind shells as well. So in this case, we're just going to do that. All right. So we have a flag. Now, what it is doing, it's doing this chart. So these should be hexadecimal. So there's probably an easier way of doing it the way I'm going to do it, but I'm probably doing it the really, really, really hard way. But hey, everyone's got their way. So I don't know if there's a way, probably with Python to do this. CHR, is it Python? Let's see if there's a CHR, because we could probably just throw this into a Python script. Yeah. Okay. So we might be able to get away with this. So if we do Python 3, what we'll do is get a kind of Python terminal interpreter. Don't know what you want to call this, but yeah. And then what we could do is try to do this. So this is going to print it, and then just print this line. And if I'm correct, this should then work. There we go. Yep. I was going to do it the hard way. Take each one. So in this case, take that, put it in here, go from hexadecimal, from hex, and then, yeah, do it 9 and so forth, where doing another Python route is so much easier. And copy it. So this is why I really love Python. You can just bring up a terminal, write something quickly. You don't even have to do the script. Or you could just create a Python script, but in this case, it's a one-liner. So yeah, simple, easy to do. Hey, Droid Andy. Thanks for joining. So yeah, picoCTF, great fun. I've been trying to do more kind of challenges for some time now. This is probably the most I've done in a while, so I've been enjoying it, and hopefully I'm hoping they have another kind of event in October, because they usually have one based for the pass in September or October. So I'm hoping there's one in October. That doesn't look like anything in September, so fingers crossed. It will be cool, and then heck, even get some teams going. So I don't know why this is taking so long. There's something weird with my VM and the graphics. I think like all of this is weird, but anyway, at least it's working. So we have another netcat. If you want to hash with a bass, beat this test. And I like the rhyming there. It sounds like some rap beatbox thing. Please MD5 the hash. Please MD5 hash the text between the code quotes, excluding the quotes chains. So what we could do is do MD5 some. I think this will work like this. I don't know if it's going to be in a file. Yeah. What you could do is echo chains and then pop it to MD5 some, and then just take that. No, it's probably not a MD5 sum. All right, let's come to CyberChef. Just making sure it was chains, right? So chains, and then get rid of that, and we want MD5. FB. Yeah. So MD5 that, so take that, put in here. There's the MD5, some of that. What? Be that. Oh, got a additional new line, which will make it wrong. And then mold. I wonder if we have to do something here. Mold. Yeah, I'm suspecting that. Oh. So we just have to do all of those. I was thinking that there might be something that we have to do to break the MD5, but it's not. It's as simple as that. As I said, these ones are pretty easy. They're good to just kind of get into the groove of things, and then we'll do some web ones. Okay, so there's two files here. Just get rid of this, clean this out. There are two files. So you got a password checker, there's an encrypted flag in the same directory. Okay, so let's see what it does. I always forget to install Visual Studio Code. Let me just see if I can do that in the background. Just going to see if I can download this quickly and install this really quickly, because this makes a world of difference, especially when you try to do some of these challenges with code. It just makes it so much easier, and also having the ability to view the kind of source code and within the directory just again makes it so much easier. So sometimes, like with Ubuntu, I know there is Visual Studio Code with the store, but I think that's like the open source version. It's not actually the one from Microsoft. I know Microsoft has an open source version of Visual Studio Code. Personally, I just stick with the Microsoft version. I think I did run into a problem. I think it might be the Market Store is not as good as the Microsoft one. Cool. So we should now have Visual Studio Code. There will make a life so much easier. I forgot I got all of this. Sorry, I should have done this. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but yeah, done. There are some cool themes. So one of the nice themes is Hack the Box for this. So actually, I could actually install this now. So if you go search for Hack the Box theme, I think you just need to search for that. No. VS Code. There we go. This one, yeah. I quite like it. It's quite cool. If you use a Microsoft, it should have like a button there to install it, but unfortunately we're not. So in this case, what we do is, I think it's Control P. No. Copy this. And this will install it. And then you can see the nice cool themes. There we go. So you got the light. Actually, I don't know what the difference is between. I think the light is normally white, like the lighter theme. But this one I quite like. So there's Hack the Box, and there's a bunch of other themes you can get. Yeah, we want to install this. So it comes with all the nice path and autocomplete and all that good stuff. Anyway, enough of extensions in Visual Studio Code. Let's come back to the actual challenge itself. So what we have here is a encrypted flag. So I guess let's just open this. Yeah, so this is all encrypted. And then we have this Python script that is going to decrypt it. Now, it looks like it's got a key. So the user, please enter the correct password for the flag. And yeah, so the password is 8713. Because it's comparing that to that, the user input to that. So that's all it's doing. So what we could do is actually run a new terminal. Yeah, this is often easier, so you can actually see the code and run it at the same time. So in this case, Python 3. What's it? Level 1, and then it looks like, does it take, I don't think it takes in a file, does it? No, it just has the file hard-coded. So if we run that and we enter, say 1, 2, 3, 4, it will fail. But we know from this where it's doing a comparison from the input. That's the password, so 8713, and there's the flag. Nice simple challenge, especially if you're trying to get to familiar with Python. It's a good little challenge. It looks like a few of them, so let's try the other ones. Can you crack the password and get the flag? Download. So let's just clear all of this. Let's clear all of these. Okay, so just download that. And download this one. So again, this is probably going to be encrypted. And this one. So looks similar. Okay. So now you see they've kind of obfuscated the code. This one is going to be much like that other challenge that we did. So what we can do is just take this, copy this. Let's just do a path and I don't know what this is called. Is it path and interpreter terminal? I can't remember. So we can just do print those characters, and then that should put it out. So DE76. With that, so if we run this path in 3, level 2, DE76. There we go. So it's taking, those are hexadecimal, so it's taking the character value of that, which is DE76, and comparing it to the user input. And then if it matches, then it does the decryption. And there's a flag. Another nice little challenge. All right, so let's get rid of these. Okay. Right, so this one, can you crack the password with flags? Download the password checker. Encrypted flag and the hash. Now that looks like a hash. Alright, so let's save that. There are 7 potential passwords with 1 being correct. You can find these examining the password checker script. Okay, so that's probably going to be encrypted again. Yep. Hash. Binary file. There's nothing exciting in that. So everything's going to be in this script here. So, okay. So what it's doing is, looks like it's doing a hash comparison. So, yeah. So it's taking the user inputs, hashing the user inputs, and then comparing it to this hash that's in the bin here. So what we now have to do, there's an easy way and there's a hard way. We could just modify the script and just do away with that check, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose. So here we go. Okay, so there's the possible passwords. We just have to guess which one. Anyone is correct. Now, we probably just want to do a hash of this. So what we could do is either the easy or harder way. So the easy way is probably do Python terminal. We can take this, put that in there. So we load in that password list, and then we load in this definition. So put that in there, and that should load that definition of the function in, and then we'll also load this in. So this is the correct password hash. Now, what we can do is for, this is where my Python skills are bad. For PW in pos PW lists, do a tab, because Python's tab indented. Print PW. Let's just make sure my syntax here is correct. So we're just going to make sure I can print out all those passwords. Okay, so it was right. Okay. So hash. Let's call this hash PW. equals hash pw. So what this is doing is taking each one of these, hashing it using this hash function, and then we'll compare it. So if hash pw equals the correct pw hash, then print pw. What's wrong? Oh, this is my mistake. Hash pw. So I had that wrong. We just gotta do the import hash. I should have made this a script. Bear with me 1 second. It should work now, I hope. There we go. Lee2. So that's the one we want. So if we quit this now, do a path, and this is what, level 3. So it's what, Lee 2. Huh. That is interesting. Why is it not that flag? That is interesting. I'm really curious, like, why that didn't work. Should have worked. Maybe I got a flaw in my logic. So we're going through this array, hashing each one of those. I'll do the right one. If the hash value of that one matches the correct hash, so the one in the file, then print pw. It's saying it's Lee 2, but that's not right. Maybe I try this again. Okay. That's weird. Probably because, no, maybe I had a space or something. I don't know. Oh well, that's weird. I don't know. Oh, it's not an L, it's a 1. That's why. Joys of a numeric and alpha characters looking so alike. There we go. Okay, that makes me happier. Now I understand what went wrong. Alright, so let's do one more of these. So there's another one. Let's get rid of these again. Those. Alright, and download these. Download that. That. And download this. Cool. Alright. So again, at there, and let's read what we're supposed to do, because I didn't even read that. Download it. Okay, encrypted flag. Okay, so there are 100. Okay, so I think probably the last one was meant to be us just manually trying each one. Whereas this one, it's probably going to be the the way that I did it, actually put in a Python script. So yeah. So yeah, believe it or not, Droid Andy, this is Kali. What I've done is I've gone off and got a bunch of themes. So if you go to, it's a GNOME look. So it's basically like the GNOME store that has, or marketplace, whatever you want to call it, that has all the different themes. And I've just used a bunch of themes. To me, it's something that I do quite often. I always like skinning my Linux because it just makes a little bit of a difference. I think I actually covered this in one of my videos. I think if you go look at about setting up Kali, I cover some of that there. It just makes a difference. Well, to me at least. I know some people don't really care about it, but I like how it looks. Hopefully others do, but everyone's taste is different. Some people are perfectly happy with even the more simplistic Kali theme, which is good. Okay, so copy that. Finish this off, put that in there. And I think we have everything, right? We've got the correct hash, we've got the function, and we've got the password list. So if you go for pw in, pause pw list, and then hashed pw. This is probably going to be exactly the same as the last one. PW, so hash that password, then match it. So if hashed PW equals the correct password, print PW. There we go. Just 67FD. What else I was thinking is at some point I will also kind of do a entry-level Python video, just giving some examples of some of the Python stuff that you can do. Python is really awesome. It's a really nice, easy language to learn. It's very versatile. It's very flexible. And as you see, you can just spin up a quick terminal, Python terminal, run some code. So it's really flexible in terms of trying to do a code on the fly. You can do full-blown apps. You can do full-blown web apps. Scripts, very, very versatile for scripting. So it's a very versatile language, and it's actually quite elegant in my opinion. I like some of the syntax and that you have with it. So I've certainly started really enjoying using it. All right, so let's do one more of these because we can finish off all the password cracks. Would be a good way to end this section. So we'll delete those and download these. So again, the password checker file. It's going to be the Python file, the encrypted flag, the hash, and then the dictionary with all the passwords. Okay, so I think what this is going to be is an actual file containing all the things. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so this is probably going to take. Well, we'll try it again. See how long it's going to take. So again, handy Python import hash lib. Is the correct password hash, and then the actual function itself. Paste that. All right, so those files. So what we're gonna do, pw list equals. I gotta remember with Python. Python. Oh, I'm gonna read it. Read file in as array, because each entry is on a new line. We want to read each one as an array. So we could do lines. Okay, so we probably want to do something like this. So let's try this one. Just for now. So file name. So with open. What's a dictionary? Dictionary.txt as file. We'll actually try it. For line in file. pw equals line.rstrip. So this is going to strip off the new line character. And we'll do hashed pw equals hash pw. And then if hashed pw equals correct pw hash, print that out, print pw. Old way of Python. So with Python 2, you didn't need the parameters around it. Sorry, I'm just going to get some music back. Don't know what's happened to it. That's some cool music. Trying some different music here. See if it'll be right. Okay, so this should be our password. So if we quit this, so EE0. So if we go Python 3, level 5, EE0. Boom. Nice. Those weren't bad challenges. Really fun. Okay. So that got us off to a good start. Let's go off and do some more web ones. So that one was more homomorphic ones. It's my birthday. Okay, so let's try this one. I don't think we've done this one. I have a worry that I've not done it, so it might be one of those challenges where I fail. But We won't know until we try. While that's loading, it's there. To see what the challenge is. Send out 2 invitations to all my friends for my birthday. And I know if they get started because 2 invites look similar, and they even have the same MD5 hash, but they're slightly different. Okay, so then you wouldn't believe how long it took me to find a collision. This is about hash collisions. So this one's probably, yeah, it's probably using hash collisions. Let's try it out, but I don't know if I'm going to get very far with this, but let's try it anyway. So with hash collisions, the way it works is when you thought so. When you input some text or some data, it generates a sequence of characters. Now with MD5, I forgot how many bytes it is, but it's limited. It's smaller than SHA and then smaller than SHA-256. And the problem is because you have that limitation, your kind of address space is a bit smaller. So you get something called hash collisions. And what that means is you get the same hash value for 2 different inputs. And now this is important because typically with hashing, especially things like passwords, you want 1 value, 1 hash, because then that means that value relates to that hash. So like a password, you don't want 2 passwords relating into the same hash, because then someone could work around the system and that kind of thing. Or if you're trying to do some validation of some sort, you certainly want to make sure that one piece of data is 1 hash, and then being able to create these hash collisions then could mean you could bypass security controls. Now, in this case, I'm assuming it's referring to like 2 files. Yeah. And yeah, how many of you? Yeah, it's doing the hash collision. And again, PHP is not my strength. That's why I haven't done that one. Let's try a different one. So we don't want WebAssembly. I'm just trying to. Okay, so this is using Flask session cookies. Okay, so let's try this one. So Flask is a very lightweight Python web app server framework. It's actually pretty cool. Really great way for quickly and easily spinning up websites. It's pretty flexible as well. It has some templating in that you can tie in. So it works really well. Quite elegant, quite simple. So certainly if you're looking to build a site and don't want something extensive, you can use something like Bootstrap for the nice front end, and then Flask for the back end stuff. And it works quite well. Cool. So in this case, we have this. Okay, and there's a session cookie. Now, this may look like a JWT, but this is the format of session cookies in Flask. So if you take it here, you'll tell that it's not a JWT. If you use something like CyberChef, I'll paste that. Oh no, didn't copy it. And we take a JWT and try to decode it. Yeah, it's not going to work. But what that is, base64, base64, and base64. I think it kind of works like a JWT. Wondering if there's a way that we can, I don't know if it will work this way, separate on different lines. try. From base 64. Okay, so it just looks like. Yeah. Yeah. So, in Flask World, oh, what's that? This here, it's got some very auth. Now the problem is if we change this, this is going to be a signature here. So it is using Flask. So what we can do is look up that. So Flask session cookie. It's generally something in the docs. There we go. So here's the Flask docs. There's not much there. What's going on? New and old sessions doesn't exist. So it's Flask. There we go, sessions. Yeah, this one looked like something else. So yeah, that's the problem. You got a secret key because this will then be used to sign. Now, it's about breaking the session cookie. Okay, well, we can try, just change it and see if there's any validation done. So what was this? Very auth blank. So if we set that to true, take that, say true, and to base 64. It's probably not going to work. Because it's going to do the validation, but we can try it anyway. Maybe they've disabled validation or something. I don't know. So you'll notice there's an equal on the end. I'm leaving that out. It's because with URL base 64, you just leave any sort of special characters out on the end. So any like non-alphanumeric values you leave off the end, and that's the same that goes for JWT base 64. It's URL encoded. Yeah, I don't think that worked because that's generated a new link and it's looks like a broken given this which I think is going here. Yeah, it didn't work. So the thing is, we're going to have to get this secret now. I don't know how to get the secret. That's the key here. You have to get this secret. So one thing that it could maybe be is potentially cookie. It's a secret, but I don't know, because there's nothing else to go on. Oh, jeez. I didn't see the Python script. Thought there had to be more. All right, so let's also have a look at this Python script. Bring up Visual Studio Code again. Silly me. All right, so here's this Python script. All right, so if session get VaryAuth, check session VaryAuth. Check if it's blank. So that's what we get by default. So it's just returning the index page. Otherwise, make a response, redirect. To / put session as VaryAuth as blank. That's weird. Okay, so we have to get it to go to display. So here's the flag. So display, get the flag, check the. So we need to put in admin. Hey, what's up? Savior, how you doing? Trying to solve this picoCTF challenge. And I think what we need to do is have it set to admin. So I didn't try that with this, but over here. But I still think this is going to fail because it's going to do validation on the signature. I can try. It's about the best that I can do. Yeah, that's about the best I can do there. Where am I going? So I'm going into yeah. Unfortunately, with this Java, I can't zoom in anymore. This is the best that I can actually do. So what we want to do is take this. Yeah, it is full screen. Oh, you mean actually Web Suite itself? I could try that. See if that will help. I don't know if this will help. Hopefully it will help. Okay, so this didn't work because I redirected us to /. So as I thought, it's doing some validation on that cookie, on the signature on that cookie. So we have to get where it's actually setting that. So there, cookie names. Okay, so it's one of those. It's one of these as the secret. So we should be able to generate the cookie outside and then compare it. And that's what I was trying to look for here. See if we could get a Flask cookie kind of generator tool that we could try to I don't know if there's a way. User that. So let's see. Flask session create cookie. So this challenge is from picoCTF. We're doing the most cookies one. picoCTF is pretty cool. It's run by a university in the US, and challenges are generally from beginner level all the way up to kind of more advanced level. So yeah, we've done some of the general skill ones were pretty easy, and now this is the web one. So we're just trying to figure out how you create a cookie, and we should then be able to use this to then generate the cookie that we need. But there's a way to create it. See, I'm trying to see if I can create it without having to spin up a whole server. That's essentially what I'm doing, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to do this. Okay. Trying to think what we could do is actually run this. Should be able to run this locally. What? Ah. Where's the flag? So let's put test. Just so we can get this to run locally. Okay, so if we go to localhosts 5000, we should be able to see it running. Hit an error. What is there? Okay, so no index.html. So yeah, this is the Ginger templates was the one I was thinking about. Just trying to. You see, this is also random. It's randomized as well. So we basically need one that can generate a cookie for each one of these. That's what I was trying to do with this. See if there was a way to... There. Is there a way to get it? So, no. It's all about setting cookies, but not the actual session cookie. Yeah, so what we need to do is it's using Flask cookies, session cookies, and for the way Flask session cookies work is it's got an initial payload and then a signature on the end. So we have a list of secret keys, but they're all randomized, those keys, to generate the session cookie. So we basically need to kind of create like a dictionary type thing where, or be able to create our own session cookie with very auth set to admin. And then that should give us the flag. Because following the logic, it will come to this, come to display, and then display will check if it's admin, and then render the flag value. So it's about trying to figure out how we can just create that cookie itself. So what I was thinking, what we could do is basically have a loop and try to create a new session for each one of these. But I don't know if there's a way in Flask to actually create that session flag. There must be a way to create it. Like the actual session cookie itself. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. There's no... There we go. What we could do for this, actually undo that. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to, so now I've set admin in the local server. I'm going to come to Burp Suite and actually try to generate a whole bunch of these cookies. So we can go to intruder. Actually sequencer might actually be better. Let's see what I'm doing now. So if we go to sequencer, I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try. And let's just start a live capture. So what this is going to do is generate a ton of requests, and hopefully have that random spread that is going to take all the different cookies, the secret keys, and then we can try put in the flag, these different session cookies into another kind of run, and then see if any of them are actually picked up. Because all of these here should have that admin set to it. So I'll get it to 1,000, and then we can save those to a file. Okay, so yeah, stop that. There's normally a way that you can download. Oh. Okay, so that didn't work as I was expecting. Oh, save tokens. Downloads. Let's call it sessions. Hopefully this has generated a bunch of them that are different. Okay, so yeah. So there we go. The beginning bit is always the same as we expect because that's the kind of static part, and then all of these are the different parts. So now, if I'm correct, oh, Twitter's down. Wasn't me. I'm sick. It wasn't me that brought it down. So now what we can do is if we come to proxy and this one here, if we send this to intruder, we can actually set a kind of variable thing on the session cookie, and in our payloads we'll just load all those sessions and we'll fire this off. It's not pretty, but who knows, it might actually work. The other way is to actually try to generate these and find similar ones. Now I'll let that go off and do its thing. Let it finish off. See if there's any discrepancies. Looks like any one of them might have worked. Okay, so let's see. So those all redirecting to /, right? We want / display. So are there any different ones here? No, so that didn't work. Well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I did. So trying to change the length here. Didn't it? They're all the same length, other than the first one, which is just the initial landing page. So that didn't work as I hoped. Maybe it didn't get all of them. I don't know how many session cookies are there. I don't know how many unique ones there are on here. I also don't know if this middle bit is a timer or something. I don't think it is, but you know, there might be a timer or something. I don't think that got all of them though. I'm just wondering if there's another way that I could force it. Actually, I'm wondering. I'm just thinking. It's going to be random. Not on every request, but every startup and shutdown, I think. I think that's what it's going to be. How many are there? Yeah, there's quite a fit. Yeah, the problem is actually reading the code here. It's setting the secret key to random value based on the cookie names, which I think, I don't know if this is going to be set once or is it going to be set on every request. because what I think this is here is a timestamp. I think these are all timestamps here. So you're going to have a different signature. See if we can actually find documentation on Flask session cookie structure. So that doesn't have much in the way of the actual format of that session cookie. So maybe if we take one of these, it might be able to give us an indication of what that middle bit is. Because I'm assuming, so we know what this is. This is the kind of very auth flag session cookie thing. This, I don't know what this is. I think this is the signature. So I think that middle bit might be a timestamp. Oh, that's... Oh, I don't know. That's not helpful. Jeez. It's not false. Ugh. Well, that's not useful. It's a tricky one. Right, is there... Yeah, so they're signed. Yeah, it's... So this is the problem is we have to generate the token outside because this is the timestamps and it's going to be part of the hash. So is there... This looks like it could. Yeah, this is what I was looking more for. This... Let's go for... Okay, so this is what I was looking for. Do they have any code here? So I'm just trying to find where... Okay, so they got this Flask unsigned. Let's try this. We can try this. I wanted to do... I wanted to do some code. Okay, well let's install this tool. See if it's actually going to work. So Flask unsigned. Where is that? Could add this to my what do you call it? Path. And I don't have to do this. Okay, so oh, but this is still not. This is unsigned. Attempts to crack the signature. We want to. So we want to sign a signature with a specific secret key. We actually do need to do this via code because we need to iterate through all the possible options and generate like a list. So that's not going to work. I just need to find the source code for this and then we can include it in our code. Sample application, Flask session. No, actually what we can do is this. So if we Flask unsign. So if we come to pi, we should be able to go to Flask unsign, come here. Please don't take me to the medium. Yep. Cool. And all I'm doing is I want to look at this verify sign. So what we could actually do is come to this unsign. I'm just going to clone it. That's VS Code. Let's create a new sesh gen par, and then what we should do be of ports Flask. I think this is gonna work like this. I don't know if we need to be in the same. You know what? I'm just gonna put this in here because then this will work as I expect. So import Flask come on, unsign. And then we want this one. Let's sign. Actually, we don't. Okay, so that's what we need. So we'll just have a print Flask. And session. General dictionary to serialize. So session.sign. First. I think that should be all we need. Okay, let's try. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's try. What was that session? Module. Module only. Not 3. What? That's where my pathing skills not the best. Dictionary. Python dictionary. Great. I still got to get much better at Python. Still something that I've always wanted to get much better at. I've been a bit lacking in Python. That's why I need to do more stuff on Python, to be honest. Should now work. Hopefully. I hope. Did I get that wrong? Yeah. Is it equals? Also, if you are doing Python, make sure give PyCharm a go. It's really good. It helps you a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with it. Why is this not working? Sessions. Let's just call it sessions. It's probably going to conflict. There we go. Now, let's just see if it's going to even accept that. Yeah, PyCharm is an absolute thing. Also interesting about the whole JetBrains thing. The license is actually pretty cool. You can purchase a personal license, either on an annual or subscription basis, and then you can use that across multiple devices. And you can even use it in work. So I know sometimes work-wise, companies are a bit reluctant to fork out money for that. You get a way cheaper if you get a personal license as well. And yeah, you can use it in a work environment, store as many things as you want to. Don't quote me on as many. I think there's going to be some sort of limit, but the point is you can install on multiple devices, still use it in a work environment as well as personal. And they also have a pretty cool one where you can get basically all their tools. So IntelliJ, PyCharm, all the Android Studio stuff, the data analytics stuff and all of that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Works wonders. So coming back to this. Now, let's try this out. This still looks a bit weird because we're getting weird characters in there compared to the other one. Now I don't know if that's valid or not. Let's see if we can actually follow the logic in the code here to see if it is. So it does the so session get very auth, check very auth. I'm assuming it does the validation on this bit or when you pass it. So there's actually no it's Flask doing the validation itself. I'm assuming the fact that we're not getting to index means that token is not valid. But let's try. Let's get some more music going. Don't know what's happening to my music. It's all disappeared. Some more. There we go. We'll get some going. So what we can do is let's just send this to repeater so we can get a new token. Okay, so we hit that. I don't know why the follow redirection is not